thank you for joining us for another edition of Newsline. I am Jennifer Igwe. Now, street hawking and begging are age-long social issues which many have described as indictment on society. The quest for greener pastures that may not be green after all has pushed and is still pushing some into this way of life that is considered illegal in some states. The Lagos State government, for instance, is intensifying strategies and action to get beggars and street hawkers off the roads henceforth. But are there alternatives for these Nigerians? Our correspondent will examine this challenge. Then, one man's meat is another man's poison. One of the oldest proverbs in English is a reality that we encounter every day. Sometimes the subject matter can be intriguing. Imagine your reaction if you visit a community and they tell you eating akara, also known as bean cake, is a taboo. Shocked? Well, it is for real, and a reporter will tell us why. Indeed, we have much watch stories on cue today, but I'll be back for the human angle stories after the news segment, and Claire Adelabu Abdurazak is waiting to take the news. Claire, over to you. Nice to see you.
Same here, Jennifer. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the news from our studios here in Abuja. And President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to address the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly holding in New York on Friday, September the 24th, on salient issues of both national and global interest. While in New York, the president is also expected to partake in several high-level meetings on the sidelines and hold talks with other world leaders and heads of international development organizations. The 76th United Nations General Assembly is on building resilience through hope to recover from COVID-19, rebuild sustainably, respond to the needs of the planet, respect the rights of people, and revitalize the United Nations. Our correspondent reports that President Muhammadu Buhari is already in New York along with other government officials ahead of that event, and that preliminary activities are already in progress. And in his capacity as Minister of Petroleum Resources, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the incorporation of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, indicates that this is in consonance with the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, which requires the Minister of Petroleum Resources to call for the incorporation of the NNPC Limited within 6 months of commencement of the Act in consultation with the Minister of Finance on the nominal shares of the company. The Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Mr. Mele Kolokiari, has therefore been directed to take necessary steps to ensure that the incorporation of the NNPC Limited is consistent with the law. The President has also approved the appointment of the board and management of the NNPC Limited, with Senator Ifeanyi Ararume as chairman of the board, while Mele Kolokiari and Umar Ajiya are Chief Executive Officer and Chief Financial Officer. Other board members are Dr. Tajuddin Umar Northeast, Mrs. Lami Ahmed North Central, Malam Mohammed Lawal Northwest, Senator Margaret Chuba Okadibu Southeast, and Barrister Constance Harry Marshall South-South, and finally Chief Pius Akin Yelure Southwest. And the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has advocated a new societal approach in ensuring the girl-child education and dealing with the challenges of school dropout and early marriage in Nigeria. Now, Professor Yemi Osinbajo was one of those at the Malpai Foundation Literacy Day 2021 that seeks the mental development of the girl child and literacy for better education in Nigeria. Our correspondent, Charles Alpha, was there.
Malpai, Mass Literacy for the Less Privileged of the Almajiris, is a foundation birthed by the Almajiri project of the Aisha Atiku Bagudu, wife of the Kebbi State Governor, in 2009. It is committed to helping thousands of out-of-school children, particularly girls, giving them a promising future through provision of skills and free education.
We have sent a lot of children to school, which they have graduated. Some of them are even working. Some of them have come back to work with Malpai Foundation.
What the Malpai Foundation Literacy Day 2021 in Abuja is out to achieve is discuss issues of gender imbalance and foster a strong advocacy for girl-child education.
Nigerian girl, where are you? Are you at home or at school? Nigerian girl, where are you? Are you lost? Are you stolen? Are you free or are you enslaved?
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo believes Malpai is on a just and noble cause to develop the minds of the less privileged, saying the development of the girl child provides her the ticket to all human, socio-political and economic rights, and therefore requires conviction and strong will by all to realize.
We owe our people a duty to educate them. In other words, if you educate a woman, she transforms her environment completely. It usually means a longer lifespan for themselves and for their children.
These programs have broadened and given increased access to those who are hitherto without access.
Aisha Atiku-Bagudu is confident the foundation will continue to drive out illiteracy in communities and build lives where more vulnerable people will have access to quality education, healthcare, and equal opportunities. In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And the National Judicial Council, NJC, has recommended 38 judicial officers to their respective state governors for appointment as head of courts and other judicial offices in Nigeria. Out of the 38 judicial officers, 11 were recommended as heads of courts, 17 judges, 6 cadis, and 2 judges of the Customary Court of Appeal. All recommended candidates are expected to be sworn in after approval by the President Muhammadu Buhari and their respective state governors, as well as confirmation by the respective state houses of assembly. And expectations are high that the remaining 21 students of Bethel Baptist Secondary School, Kaduna, who are among the 121 abducted by bandits more than 3 months ago, will soon regain their freedom from captivity. Our correspondent Haruna Mohammed reports that Kaduna State Christian Association of Nigeria Chairman Reverend Joseph John Hayab disclosed this while speaking to newsmen on another set of 10 students of the school released by bandits.
Yesterday, Saturday in the evening, 10 children out of the 31 adopted children of Bethel Baptist High School who are still with the bandits were released. That means at the moment we have 21 more with the bandits. We desire that all the children be released at once, but since they chose to be releasing them in badges, all we can say is that thank God at least 10 more are back, and we continue to pray and continue to push until every student is back home.
Reverend Herb says the students were immediately reunited with their families.
This incident is sad for the parents, it's sad for the country, it's sad for the church and the proprietor of the school. But this is the situation we're facing in Nigeria, where bandits are deliberately trying to force us to stop our children from going to school. But I want to encourage Nigerians not to allow that which the bandits are doing to discourage them or discourage their children from going to school.
Bandits on July 5 attacked Bethel Baptist School, outskirts of Kaduna, abducting 121 students from their hostel. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And as part of efforts to tackle insecurity in Nigeria, the Nigerian Army is expanding its frontiers to fortify the force. Olumide Guntala reports that this is evident in the activities of the Chief of Army Staff, who was on operational visit to 81 Division of the Nigerian Army.
The operational visit of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yaya, is to familiarize with the operational units and formations of the Nigerian Army in Lagos and environs. His first port of call was the Nigerian Army cantonment in Ekpe, where he inaugurated the Nigerian Army Ordnance School. Lieutenant General Yaya was conducted around the classrooms and the Oars, among other units. He also performed the foundation laying of the Nigerian Army Ordnance Sports Complex. In an interaction with the traditional ruler of Ekpe, the Chief of Army Staff advocates a cordial civil-military relationship to combat security challenges with a promise to the host community that the Nigerian Army will be readily available to assist and support whenever the need arises. The Oloja of Ekpeland, Oba Kamaruddin Animashaun, commended the Nigerian Army for its efforts at tackling security challenges across the country. The traditional ruler promised the community's cooperation in the actualization of the Chief of Army Staff vision. In Lagos, Olumide Kutola, NTA News.
And the Christian Association of Nigeria has risen from its special prayer meeting in Kaduna with a resolve to continue promoting the unity and corporate existence of the country. Haruna Mohammed reports that the prayer focused on achieving peace in Nigeria.
As Nigerian troops continue to decimate insurgents and sustain their onslaught against bandits in various parts of the country, Khan in Kaduna State says there is no better time to pray for the gallant troops and the nation's leaders than now, believing that with God all challenges are surmountable.
Every difficult situation, God has an answer to it. That's what the Bible teaches us, and we are taking the situation of Nigeria, the ethnic tension that is going on, into God's hand. God didn't create us to be divided. God created us to be united. The fact of the matter is that God created us to be united irrespective of tribe and whatever form of identity. So simply what we are saying is that we are Nigerians. We want to see the best for our country.
They pray for the safe release of all victims of kidnapping across the country, urging those fanning the amber of ethnic and social discord to have a rethink. The attendants in their numbers are uplifted spiritually to shun any ethnic or religious differences for united and indivisible Nigeria. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And yet to be identified arsonists have set ablaze the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission at Ogu in Ogu local government area of Enugu State. Chinaya Nwoye visited the scene of the incident and tells us more in this report.
According to eyewitness accounts, the arsonists got access into the premises through the perimeter fence. An INEC official at the scene said he got the information that the facilities have been gutted by fire in the early hours of this Sunday, and he made contacts to INEC headquarters in the state. The building was set ablaze, resulting in extensive damage to mainly the store section where electoral materials are kept. Fortunately, all movable electoral materials had been evacuated following recent attacks on the offices in the state.
When I was coming, one of the man that I passed through this road stopped me on the way. Was asking me where am I going? I'm going to office. He said our office is burning. Then he brought me. On reaching here, I saw DPO, other boys from this town. They were trying to quench the fire. Then,
in a telephone conversation with the police public relations officer, ASP Daniel Ndukwe, who confirmed the incident, he said the state CID Enugu has commenced investigation to unravel the mystery behind the fire incident. All efforts to reach the state INEC officers to react on the matter proved abortive. In Enugu, Chineye Nwoye, NTA News.
And persons living with sickle cell can reduce the burden of the disease on self and relations by making better career choices and also acquiring suitable skills to support life. President, Pan-African Sickle Cell Federation International, Rabbi Meidunama, gave this encouragement at a skills acquisition training program for persons living with the disease. It was organized by Meidunama Foundation. Our correspondent Joseph Oseng reports that the event was part of activities marking Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
They are referred to as warriors for their resilience to combat the huge burden of living with lifelong disease.
Medical bills, routine drugs, and considering their health challenges. Some of them even get sacked from jobs.
Due to their health conditions, persons living with sickle cell anemia experience crises in form of severe pain, stroke, paralysis, among many other health challenges, which often interfere with their education, career, and psychological development. Coping with these most times are overbearing for them and families, but the effect can be cushioned with suitable career choices supported with trades.
Now, from the comfort of their home, they can be able to, make a living, at least sort out their routine drugs.
I'm a computer graduate, a computer science graduate, and it doesn't stop me from having interest in skill acquisition.
That is if we employ Google as our friend and YouTube, where we can learn what to do and to also to help us to get incomes.
So we're training 10 warriors to be professional photographers and 10 warriors to be professional makeup artists.
The World Health Organization reports that Nigeria has the highest rate of sickle cell disease in the world, with 100,000 babies born with it each year. Screening of genotype remains the best preventive measures. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
And officers in charge of health facilities in Imo State have been urged to ensure judicial utilization of the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund made available to them. The Commissioner for Health, Bartholomew Okorochukwu, gave the charge at the official launch of fund disbursement in Owerri by the Imo State government. Bright Ebochuo reports.
The Basic Health Provision Fund is targeted mostly on the poor and vulnerable with the aim of moving Nigeria towards the path of universal health coverage.
All the primary healthcare centers in the state will be covered, but we're not taking it in phases. So far now we've taken about 209, but today we are starting about 150. Next phase will also take the remaining number.
The Imo State government has provided necessary support to ensure smooth delivery of healthcare services.
I must thank His Excellency, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, towards ensuring that our dear state benefits from this fund.
WHO will be there to advocate with government, to advocate with partners in terms of motivation, in terms of mentoring.
Healthcare facility will help us, help the poor. We have all these things on the ground. You're going to achieve a good aim.
The Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, which began in 2011, is a federal government initiative with counterpart funding from state governments. In Owerri, Bright Ebochu, NTA News.
All right, it's time for sports. I'm sure Man U fans are jubilating over their 2-1 victory over West Ham. Bade Adeleye is right here with me. Bade, it's Ronaldo again, isn't it?
Yes, 4 goals in 3 games. Very beautiful start. All right, let's begin with volleyball as Nigeria's women's national team to the 2021 African Volleyball Championship on Sunday lost their 3rd place match to Morocco in straight sets. The coach Samuel Ajayi-led side lost the first set 19-25, the second 19-25, and 18-25 in the 3rd set.
Thank to Almighty God who has taken up this war, that by His grace, for the past 16 years, that we are able to bring Nigeria back to the fold in terms of the ranking, that we are number 4 now in Africa. I think it's a good thing, and we want more.
Away to basketball now. Nigeria's senior women's basketball team.
It does it for us here on the news from Abuja. Now, is eating akara your favorite? I'm sure you don't want to miss the story from Jennifer. She has a very fascinating but intriguing story on akara. And I also want to crave your indulgence to join the NTA in the fight against rape and rapists.
world.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with 0 hassles.
The federal government, through NPHCDA, commenced Phase 2 vaccination of all persons 18 years and above with safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines approved by WHO and certified by NAFDAC. special arrangement has been made for staff, their dependents and retirees of ministries, departments and agencies of government, private corporate organizations and non-governmental organizations. To benefit from this special arrangement, visit www.nphcda.gov.ng/corporate vaccination/ to obtain, fill and submit the Google form. NPHCDA will contact you within 48 hours. Protect yourself, your family and your workplace against COVID-19. COVID-19 vaccines are free, safe and effective. For further inquiries, call 0700-220-1122 or send a mail to covid19.vaccination@nphcda.gov.ng. This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, getting set for another day. Another chance to change my story. I believe in my hustle. I don't be lazy person. But life is just a knock big basketballs. If it don't close, I go find another. If I fall down, I go try to cover. If it ever walk me, I know they bother. Cause I believe, say, I go surely prosper. They don't get that shit, won't be.
Whatever life brings, we move. Turn up your dreams. MTN, everywhere you go.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go. With the goodness of malts, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
As an obstetrician, I meet pregnant mothers every day who count on my care. One question they ask me very often is, what supplement is best during and after pregnancy? Well, I always recommend Obron 6. Obron 6 is designed to provide specific nutrients to help you and your baby's healthy development. Obron 6 is also recommended for women who are trying to have a baby. Give you and your baby the nutrients you deserve with Obron 6.
Obron 6. Healthy mother, healthier baby.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, cordially invites the general public to a special town hall meeting to address the vandalization of power and telecommunications infrastructure in the country. Date, Thursday, 23rd September 2021. Venue, Banquet Hall, Government House, Maiduguri, Borno State. Time, 10 a.m. Chief host, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, Executive Governor of Borno State. Announcer, Dr. Mrs. Ifoma Ayan Otaku, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Realty Hotel welcomes you to home of hospitality. Serene environment that gives you the warmth and comfort you deserve. An inviting reception with state-of-the-art interiors. Our rooms are spacious and tastefully furnished. We have adequate power supply, internet services, a full-size swimming pool, and well-equipped gym. To keep you fit, our conference room is top-notch for your important meetings. We treat you to exquisite and tasteful meals. We are situated at number 16 Gongola Street off Mushud Abiola Way, Eretu Garki, Abuja. For enquiries, contact these numbers 0818-766-4721, 0816-276-7423.
The Honorable Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Ogbunaya Onu, cordially invites the general public to the 19th meeting of the National Council on Science, Technology and Innovation with the theme, Investment in Research and Development, a necessary tool of improving Nigerian economy. Date Monday 20th to Friday 21st September 2021. Time 9 a.m. daily. Venue, National Space Research and Development Agency, NASDA, Musa Yar'Adua Expressway, Abuja. The meeting expected to attract both virtual and physical presence of all commissioners and permanent secretaries of science, technology, and innovations from all 36 states of the Federation, and the FCT will hold under strict observance of the COVID-19 protocols. For inquiries, please call 080-3328-2291. Edit Sandy Akpan, Permanent Secretary, Announcer.
2 weeks after the mysterious deaths of 7 members of 2 families after eating a barbecue popularly referred to as suya and drinking fruit juice in Umuahia North local government area of Abia State, the 2 bereaved families are still trying to come to terms with the tragedy. For one couple who sent out their 4 children to spend some time with their family friend, the happy holiday has turned into a nightmare. Kingsley Ononiwu, who visited the affected families in their separate locations, tells us more.
For the 2 families of Chibuze Ikunze of Umuagu village, Umuhu, Ohoho, and late Sunday Oba of Umeze community, both in Umuahia North local government area of Abia State, Wednesday, 25th day of August 2021, will forever remain indelible in their lives as they woke up to the news of the deaths in most mysterious manner of 7 family members after eating alleged poisoned meat, barbecue, and fruit juice. The painful aspect of the whole ugly story is that Chibuze Ikunze and his wife, Amarachi, lost all their 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, who all went for holiday at the house of their father's bosom friend, Sunday Oba, in Umeze community, Umuahia.
My former neighbor asked me to bring my children to come holiday. So on 28th of August, I myself took my children down to his house. 25th morning, when one of my friends called me on phone. He said, "Did your children, 4 children, went holiday?" I said, "Yes." It's okay, all of them, they are all died.
Painted. I didn't know where I am throughout that day. In fact, I'm already dead because it's a painful history in my life. I'm not in this kind of thing before.
Sunday Oba, who bought and brought home the alleged poisoned meat and juiced drink that members of the 2 families ate, also died alongside his own 2 children, a male and a female.
As they die, we know, like in this street, all of us in this street, they cry.
This is really unfortunate and it's painful. The government needs to, 1, investigate, do a thorough investigation.
We are calling on the state government to intervene into the matter to see what we can come out at the end of the day.
An unexpected and a very sad tragedy. So I'm calling on government and private individuals to come to their assistance.
For the family of late Sunday Oba, it took the intervention of sympathizers before his daughter, Ijoma, who survived the tragedy alongside her mother, agreed to talk to Newsline.
Well, we ate the food and then everybody slept. In the morning, when I wake up, I saw their corpse lying down. Nothing else.
For now, no date has been fixed for the burial of the victims, as the 2 families are still waiting for the conclusion of investigations by the police.
The case must be thoroughly investigated. We will surely keep a tab on it. It is often said that there is a thin line between love and hate, and when it overlaps to the other side, its devastating effect is better imagined than seen. A marriage turned sour in Wuro Yanka village in Adamawa State is a classic example. 25 days after their wedding, Rumasau Adamu stabbed her husband to death for denying her divorce. For more on the story, let's join Simon Asha.
A 3-hour drive from Yola, the metropolitan city of Adamawa State, lately is on the spotlight as news over the death of a 35-year-old man, Baka Muhammad Adamu, who was stabbed by his wife 25 days after their marriage. His wife, a 19-year-old, Rumasao Adamu was subsequently arrested by the police, where she attributed her ill action to lack of love for her husband after she was forcefully married to him by her grandmother and uncle.
I only asked him to get us soup ingredients. He refused. He said I should go to my grandmother. And I said, no, I am married to you, not her. We exchanged some words. Then I was holding a knife. I stabbed him, but not with the intention of killing him.
On a visit to Uroyanka village to find out the truth about the ugly situation and why a girl would be forced to marry out of love, all parties involved were met and gave their own side of the story.
She was not forced to marry him, even though when we noticed change of attitude from her, I advised him to forget about her, but he insists on the marriage.
Together with the deceased, we sat severally to seek her consent, and the answer was positive. We didn't marry her off without her consent.
I was not in support of their relationship. That is why I absent myself from the marriage totally.
Police Public Relations Officer Adama State Police Command, VSP Suleiman Yahya Inkreoje, through telephone conversation, says investigation is still ongoing, which after the girl will be charged to court.
Ruma Sao, being a wife, used a knife by stabbing her husband, which resulted to his unconsciousness, and eventually he was rushed to hospital and was confirmed dead.
Though there are contradictions on the age of the deceased and that of the accused, the police assured that all the parties involved will be invited to allow justice take its course on the murder case.
Another horrible case of crime of passion. We'll keep you posted on that as well. A year ago, the story of a blue-eyed woman, Riscott, and her two daughters came to light, following reports that her husband, Abdul Wasiu, abandoned them because of the blue color of their eyes. This obviously generated reactions from different quarters all over the country, and both couples were reunited after several interventions by concerned Nigerians. Kehinde Omolosho in this report gives an update on how the family is faring 1 year after their story broke.
A year ago, Abdul Wasiu, Riscott's husband, abandoned his wife and children for taking after their mother, who has blue eyes. This prompted journalists into action, who reported Riscott's story to the world, and immediately various interventions, including financial and eventual reunion with her husband, took place. 1 year down the line, I visited their Alagbado residence to inquire about this family, where I met Kausara and Omowumi, their two daughters, having lunch. Today, Abdul Wasiu still engages in his vulcanizing business and commercial motorcycling, while Riscott is into petty trading, and their children have also been enrolled in school. Riscott has written the NAPTEP exams in order to further her education and improve herself.
The Emir of Ilorin conducted our wedding, while the First Lady enrolled our children at Romix International School. She also helped me start my business and gave the family accommodation. We are very happy for these gestures, as they have changed our lives positively.
My children now are in school, and this gives me lots of joy. I am appreciative of the gestures of Nigerians towards my family. I was given a vulcanizing machine, which I now use in my shop. The challenge, however, is low patronage. The family is appreciative of efforts of the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, wife of the Governor of Kwara State, Olufolake Abdurazak, and other Nigerians who supported them during their travels. Despite their efforts at improving their standard of living, it still hasn't been rosy for the family, as Riscott's shop is almost empty, while her husband, Abdul Wasiu, requires empowerment from philanthropists to support his business and provide for his family.
Happy story there. We are happy, very happy for them. Ignorance can make us act very funny. Education is key. Beautiful eyes. Now, reverence for one's culture and tradition from time immemorial has had a far-reaching impact on the lives of people and communities, particularly in Africa. For the people of Chukuku in Kuje Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, frying of the local bean cake akara in the community has remained a taboo even in this modern age and time. Let's get to find out this interesting story from Abdullahi Ajia.
Akara or kose remains a popular delicacy in Nigeria, widely accepted among Nigerians, and has become a staple that supports breakfast or dinner in many homes and streets of communities. However, the frying of akara in public places is a taboo in Chukuku village for hundreds of years now. The reverence for their culture and tradition has gone to explain why they will continue to respect the law that says the frying of akara in public place is prohibited, and this, they say, has been passed from generations to generation, which is still being observed today. With no definitive reason on the cultural abomination of frying of akara in Chukuku village, the Gbagi-speaking community, despite embracing modernization in the face of a growing population, still holds on to what they said was handed down to them by their forefathers.
When they are living from the other side down to here, there was nothing done like that. That's why the Oson came down here, they saw it's prohibited. Like Muslims and Christians, if they go to the Muslim will go to enter the mosque, they will say off your shoes. And at the same time, a Christian, if they enter the church, they say remove your cap.
So, whenever you are in Chukuku village and you feel like taking akara, then you have to remember this cultural abomination. Perhaps move to a nearby community to get it.
Culture differs indeed, and we must respect it. But to think it's the same akara we cherish, the dominant food in what we term fries in Lagos and many parts of the country, interesting. We'll take a break now. Newsline continues shortly.
Yeah. So please go to the market and get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. Do you know how stressful it is taking care of these 3 kids? Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand? Okay, I'm at the Can meat.
Oh,
you switch to video call, please? Okay, give me that one. The one by your side. I don't know. Okay, please.
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call Madam.
The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 Naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go. With the goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
You back to school. Have a session filled with lots of fun and excitement. Stay safe, stay healthy. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes.
A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
What's your beautiful? My essence and my energy.
My natural glow and my confidence.
My freshness and fierceness.
My beautiful is being me.
Review your beautiful this beauty month with amazing discounts of up to 33% off select Nivea products in participating stores near you. Nivea, be you, be beautiful.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Like a bird needs wings to fly, you need skills to be productive. No matter the level of your education, ITF can train you to acquire skills in areas like mechatronics, metal machining, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, information and communication technology, ICT, culinary art, and agriculture. Acquire a skill and transform yourself from being unemployed to becoming even an employer. Be a valuable Nigerian youth. Say no to unemployment and poverty.
It's time.
Industrial Training Fund, developing the nation's human resource.
Come back. Attaining the diamond age of 60 is no mean feat for an association. For the Order of the Knights of St. Mulumba, Nigeria, in Lagos Metropolitan Council, accomplishing the milestone called for a week-long celebration with lectures, charity visits, funfair, and other activities. Imole Ayo Tukude Ogufowora brings us highlights from the celebrations.
The week-long event featured Jubilee retreats, fanfare, lectures, charity visits to old people's homes and orphanages, including policy advocacy seminar on decongestion of correctional centers. St. Leo Catholic Church, Ikeja, venue of the celebration, was a beehive as officials took turns to talk about the Order's development, growth and challenges.
The very important thing we've been able to do is growth of membership in spirituality, in charity.
We built churches, we have built a correctional home at the Maximum Christian Center. We have also built the houses for the widows, and we of course trained a lot of reverend fathers and priests.
For all that God has been able to use the Knights to do for the people of Nigeria. We take care of people irrespective of religious affiliation.
Then it was time to give special thanks to God. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Maryland, was venue for the Thanksgiving Mass. The Archbishop of Lagos Archdiocese, Most Reverend Adewale Martins, acknowledged the commitment of the Knights to the faith and humanity, urging them not to be weary of the tasks ahead.
I also ask you to use this 60th anniversary to recall and to reaffirm your commitment to realizing the purpose for which God created you.
As you celebrate these 60 years, you must possess and pray for virtues related to the social behavior and the moral courage with the Christian virtues and ability.
To help guests understand the knighthood and feat it has achieved, a lecture on the evolution, milestones, challenges, and future prospects of the Order of the Knights of St. Mulumba was held after the Thanksgiving Mass.
Other Metropolitan Council look up to Lagos for leadership in matters of the order. These must be maintained.
Awards were presented to officers of the Lagos Metropolitan Council who have served for 6 years. The Order of the Knights of St. Mulumba, Nigeria, in Lagos Metropolitan Council was founded in 1961. It was established on the principle of Catholic action and modeled after the Sacred Order of Catholic Knighthood.
To another celebration, the first coronation anniversary of Oba Adeola Ajakaye, the Oluyi of Inyi Ekiti, has been held amidst pomp and ceremony. The event, held at the palace of the monarch, featured conferment of chieftaincy title Are Akorewolu of the town on the Senate President Ahmed Lawan. Ayodeji Ogunshaki has details.
Affirm the unity in diversity of the nation Nigeria, as some indigenes and non-indigenes of the town, as well as prominent Nigerians, including the Senate President, were confirmed with chieftaincy titles as well as award of honor.
What is telling us that Nigeria is one, and that is what we just have to build on. And I pray that the good Lord will continue to enable all of us to love ourselves, and that's the first law. Love yourself as your neighbor.
Make me to know that there's no hiding place for those who are really working.
It's shown that the country can be united. No need to talk about splitting the country.
It is about more of responsibility, because now they want to look up to you. How can you influence the other youth out there?
It's a milestone for the country. God has made it possible during our time to unite the country.
To gather together, there is one Nigeria, there is unity, there is development, there is progress.
He's a pragmatic leader, focused, dynamic, and youthful.
The Senate President, who was accompanied by other senators, was confirmed with the chieftaincy title of Are Akorewolu of Inyekiti, meaning a president who brought good fortunes to Inyekiti. To the Senate President, sustaining the unity and oneness of the nation is a collective task that must be achieved, saying the conferment of the chieftaincy title on him has further demonstrated the unity in diversity of Nigeria.
That today's challenges are surmountable challenges. All we need is to come together as a people, face the challenges, no matter how difficult they might appear. Solve most of them, if not all of them, and continue the might to making Nigeria a success.
The senator representing Ekiti Central Senatorial District, Opeyemi Bamidele, acknowledged the positive impact of Oba Ajakaye and solicited the support of all and sundry to achieve more.
Congratulations to the Senate President. There are areas in the country where the concept unity in diversity is glaring and will make you appreciate it. Kebbi State, in the northwestern part of Nigeria, which has land of equity as her slogan, is certainly a good example. The testimonies of people from diverse ethnic and religious backgrounds who have made the state home and coexist peacefully are worth sharing. Ibrahim Dan Hamidu takes it from here.
Different ethnic and religious background in the southern part of Nigeria and have cohabited with the indigenes for decades. They intermingle with their host community so peacefully, so much that they are today owners of solid property, socialize in their own unique way, practice their religion as they so wish, and sometimes try blending with the people to a certain extent. To most of them, the current clamor for the dismemberment of Nigeria is not only strange but laughable, for the simple fact that it will be counterproductive, looking at the way various ethnic groups are intertwined with each other all over the country. A stroll along the major streets in the ancient city of Birnin Kebbi gives even a first-time visitor the impression of the concept of unity in diversity, even if he or she does not know where it is depicted. How then has it been cohabiting for decades with people whose culture, religion, and even perception of life is totally different from yours?
1978. And till date, I'm still here. And I thank God that I was here and I'm married. And God blessed me with 7 children. Today, I'm a grandfather. Kebbi State has done everything for me in my life.
To Kebbi since 1978, around November 27. Since that time, I'm in Kebbi. And then God blessed me with 8 children. 7 girls, 1 man. And then since the time where I'm in this town, we're enjoying together with my family.
I spent virtually all part of my life in the far north. At least, if I'll say, in the totality of my life, I've been in Kebbi for the past 42 years. So, and within that 42 years, I think I spent most of the relative part in Kebbi State.
As settlers, who in all honesty have found a home away from their respective homes, what then is their reaction when of recent the agitation for the dismemberment of Nigeria is emanating from?
Well, this agitation, it is something that I cannot tell you now, because I witnessed Nigeria and Biafra war. Anybody that has witnessed such war can never pray war against Nigeria.
Different tribes, different religion, we have no option than to accept to live together. It's not by coincidence or by mistake that we find ourselves living together. So anybody that is thinking that we will do better when we are separated, I think it's a very terrible mistake.
NTA sampled the pulses of some youths of southern extraction on life in the north, Kebbi State in particular, and the current agitation for Nigeria's dismemberment.
I think it's just lack of understanding. If you've not been to a place before, you'll be having a lot of notions.
You know, a saying goes that once you're in Rome, you behave like people in Rome. So behaving like people in Rome doesn't really mean you have to, do the way they do. But it simply means you have to, respect their culture, their tradition, and all those things.
For me, it should not be divided, because most of the South used to bring fuel and everything. Why not? It's mostly on farming. They used to transfer food, raw materials to them, so it should not be divided.
The truth is that Nigerians will love one another. That's the truth. With a vast population, Lagos State remains Africa's business hub. This may not be unconnected with the large influx of people into the state daily. Some of these migrants engage in businesses the state government now vehemently says no to. What are these businesses, and why have they become a threat to the government? Annie Daniels is set to tell us.
They walk and sometimes run desperately to their target audience with items ranging from edibles to home appliances, with strong confidence their services are needed. These hawkers are found on highways and street corners, and their services seem to be in high demand.
Before we come out every morning, we pray. Make we not get accident, make we not see kind people, may God help us to sell so that we see what to give our children.
From there, when you have the money, you rent a shop. That's how you start.
Not every time that person will drive to the restaurant, so drive to the shop. Because before you drive to that shop, food don't tie you down, but you can buy along the road and satisfy yourself.
Wondering what that is all about? She is asking for alms from passers-by, not even minding a camera lens. Did you see she is hale and hearty with no form of deformity?
I gave somebody 500 in the morning. The person told me, I came to check my person. I didn't see that person. Funny enough, in the evening, I still saw this person. He came to me again. Can you imagine? I told him, look, my friend, I gave you money in the morning.
Some make it as a business. Some ladies that give birth to a baby, they cannot take care. Those women will come and rent the children to them. Use the children and beg.
This may not be far from why the Lagos State government has decided to rid the streets of beggars and hawkers.
The activities of these people on our streets impede human movement and vehicular traffic, constitute environmental nuisance, and worse still, constitute security threats.
Alms giving is one of the pillars of Islam, but that does not mean that Islam recognizes begging. If you want to give alms, we call it zakat.
There are some people that Almighty Allah stipulated in Quran, that is Quran 9 verse 60, that we should give zakat to the needy. So in your family, no matter what, you will see somebody in your family that is poor, that you will give that alms given to.
I don't like begging on the street, but I'm saying that churches, other social institutions should make provisions for those who are supposed to be beggars in the churches, in the mosques, in some ministries. There must be a ministry for social welfare.
And perhaps what we need to think of more in this regard, in order to find a solution, is to address the causes of street begging.
The Lagos State government says it is not going back in actualizing its dream of restoring sanity to the metropolis. While residents await that to happen, they are also advised that the needful should be done.
Well, the needful should be done, and importantly, giving them alternatives. We'll go on another break. We'll be right back.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go. With the goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Protected and fresh.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confident to get close.
Oh yeah, take it close up, close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
This na the story of Pekin, wey rise to the max. Rain or shine, it not settle for less. Na the story of small boy wey get big talent. Home and away. Wait o, e be like say na the story of one man wey fall, but wey bounce back in style.
Osime, wetin dey motivate you? I want day big, special and great.
Watching us live from Big Brother House Studio.
Joy for Osimhen and his teammates and chuffed for him as well.
Make we enjoy Max Entertainment together.
Sports or movies, telenovela or cartoon, music or reality TV. With just 6,900 naira, you fit get your Good TV decoder plus 1 month Max subscription. Make you enjoy over 75 channels with for Good TV Max. Make you and your special ones enjoy better things on Max levels. Good TV, love it.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
I enjoy Nollywood film, Orisun, PBO, AMC, be my best channel. But ST Nollywood Plus, they show the latest Nollywood blockbuster on top classic bouquet. How I want to watch them?
My pikin they enjoy 5 children's channels, but it won't come add DreamWorks on top of.
I be telenovela lover and I like ST Novella E and Starlight. But I hear say this series on ST Novella E Plus on top classic bouquet. The Totori person pass waiting I dey see now. And I won't watch them. Shall I go need pay 800 naira extra?
From September 1, Star Times, they summer you better package. But no fear, we no increase price. Join this offer. Make basic bouquet subscribers just pay for 1 month and then go fit to watch 3 Ogbonge extra channels from Classic Bouquet. This I will never finish. Recharge Classic or Super Bouquet for 1 month and you fit be one of the 400 lucky people them. We go win smartphone. Terms and conditions, they shall. More value, same price. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Job creation, skill acquisition, and innovation among Nigerian teeming youth, and access to credit facilities by the present administration. Part 2. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week, bridging the gap of unemployment and strengthening poverty reduction in Nigeria. Tuesday Live, every week at 10:30 p.m. It promises to be incisive and educative. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. During the service year, corps members are expected to participate in 4 cardinal programs, which are orientation, primary assignment, community development service, and passing out parade. For some, their community development service is done in groups, while for others, it is individual effort. This brings us to our next story, which is that of a corps member, Ahmed Abubakar, who converted the NYSC traditional library into digitalized one, better known as e-library. Over to Olayinka Ujo for details.
Ahmed Abubakar, a graduate of Library and Information Technology from the Federal University of Technology, Minna, after his orientation, was posted to NYSC headquarters and deployed to the scheme's National Library. After his recce of the library, he felt there was a need.
Immediately, I started, making my own observations, and I got it. I saw it, which is the need for digitizing the resources. During the one and only promotional examination, it usually, draws people into the library to make use of the resources, and they keep searching for special kinds of material, and the library is in short of copies.
Few months later, after following due process of submitting proposals and approvals given, he then took a bold step and approached well-many individuals for support.
As tried, I've submitted to so many private government agencies just to solicit for either the resources or financial assistance to embark on this project. And it was just when I was about to lose hope in carrying out the project, that was when the whole proposals that I submitted got materialized.
And today, this is where we are.
We have a very kind heart, and we have a very tall future. And I want to urge the core members, you must add value to the scheme so that you can look back by the time you leave.
All these books and materials can be accessed online. For users of the e-library, it will enhance its rich resources. For core members, NYC staff, and other stakeholders.
While I'm even here, I came with some documents which, if not for the library, I will not be able to access it.
Once you just come in here, you don't need to start going through the archaic method of looking for books.
Ahmed has made the library more convenient, cost-efficient, and less energy-consuming.
Very impressive. Well done, Ahmed. Now, love in Tokyo is a popular phrase where love matters. Our correspondent, Femi Johnson, who was recently in Tokyo, tries to unravel origins of these words.
formerly known as Edo, is the largest metropolitan city in the world with over 36 million people. The city is built on low alluvial plains and adjacent hills. The climate is mild in winter but hot and humid in the summer. The people of Tokyo are loving, caring, and respectful to a fault. The question is, where does love in Tokyo come from?
That phrase came up from one guy who produced a video or kind of a film and named it Love in Tokyo. Probably the experience.
Of curiosity, some Nigerians also bear their minds on the word love in Tokyo and what they have experienced so far while in Tokyo.
I decided to pay a visit to where Love in Tokyo actually emanated from. It's an ornamental recreational center where two couples actually demonstrated high profile of love for each other.
Tokyo is a very beautiful city, very, very clean and orderly. The people are well cultured and very nice.
In Tokyo now, yeah, I love in Tokyo. It's such a bit soft and they're cool.
They accommodate every visitor around within their country, irrespective of where you're from, irrespective of your color, irrespective of your race. So I must say that they are very lovable people.
In some instances, I've seen people in pairs going on sightseeing, talking in hushed tones, but in the pure sense that I would have expected to see this Love in Tokyo adage, I have not seen that.
For the Japanese, love in Tokyo means?
Usually in Japan, we don't usually say I love you.
Okay.
But I usually say I love you.
They're very nice people, very warm people, and it's always pleasure to come to Japan, to Tokyo.
Respect each other.
Okay.
And share our memories.
We enjoy going out for skiing, motorcycle riding, and playing tennis, and that kind of thing is very enjoyable with doing with him.
So for us in Nigeria, love in Tokyo remains part of what we use to ascribe love, depending on the circumstance we see it being played.
Interesting. Now to a rare kind of marriage. It is not out of place for a man to marry as many wives as this is supported by some traditions and religions. However, a man wedding two women on the same day would surely raise eyebrows in some cultures. This exactly played out in Igbide Town, Isoko South local government area of Delta State, when a farmer, Ekpe Akpove Blessing from Igbide Town in Isoko South local government area, did the unusual by marrying two women at a time in a traditional marriage that has become the talk of the town. Onyinye Joshua Ifeanyi brings us the fascinating story behind the action after her visit to the newlyweds.
Of town traditional wedding of two wives by a 34-year-old farmer, Ekpe Akpove Blessing from Igbide Town, State, seems not to be a first-time occurrence in the town. According to the new husband, a man had earlier married 3 wives in same day. I inquired from him what motivated him into marrying 2 women on same day. He said he has been with them for 12 and 10 years, respectively, and both have 3 children apiece, hence the desire to treat them fairly and equally.
Just the way men normally don't see. She discovered that things are going on and try to pit both of them so that they can understand each other. After this very one have discovered that this one have gave child to a baby girl too, so he discovered that there's nothing she can do again than to reconcile with her own other mates. So they become one, and I believe we are happy and in a good family. We love ourselves. By the time you feel this very one is not impressive, you can go to the other one, but there is no how you can find 2 of them at the same time that you don't treat for this one, or this one, at least one must strip you, so you go for the other one instead of going to outside.
You feel you can love them both?
Yeah, because they have children for me same time, and the same children. So I love my home.
Madam Okoro Felicia is the first mother-in-law, as her daughter, Ogene Kome, is the first wife, while Ogene Mairo Ukpuru, whose mother is Juliana, is the second wife.
Well, I approved the marriage because the boy loved the girl. At first, I don't want my daughter to go into polygamous home. I was trying to discourage them. I've tried several times, but as God may have it, the two of them, they insist on the marriage. So there's nothing I can do than to support them.
In our village, we always marry like that. There are some people who marry for 3.
To marry them on the same day.
They marry them the same day and do their, their party the same day.
The women, on their part, say they are comfortable with the union.
Having another woman is not a problem. It's very, very good because men of these days, they like girls dating other girls. But if you get another woman, follow the first one, maybe the flesh is good limits.
But if you don't say you go date for under the same roof, how you go feel?
Not if my husband decide that, I will do that.
Ekpe Akpove Blessing said his marriage to 2 women will not in any way affect their spiritual lives.
Interesting. Well, they are comfortable with it, and I know the late fella did something even more than that. Time for a break. We'll be right back.
Are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Welcome back. At a time when many Nigerians are concerned about the spate of kidnapping and adopting safety measures to avoid the snares of kidnappers, it is surprising to still see those who are carefree about how they travel from one destination to another. Adeni Itaiwo, who mounted surveillance along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, reports that the practice of hitching rides by the roadside and other undesignated parks is still very much with us, despite associated risks.
Without any doubt, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is the busiest highway in Nigeria, a corridor for unending streams of vehicles heading to other parts of the country. No sooner than a moment that our vehicle stopped along the highway around the old toll gate that they came rushing towards us. Their purpose? Getting a cheap ride to whatever destination they had in mind and for where they hoped we were headed. At every major bus stops along the corridor, including Berger and Otedola Bridge, our camera sighted them, bags strapped to their sides as they cast expectant glances at passing vehicles, private or commercial, for a ride at a bid-down fare.
You have to run, chase after vehicles.
Christian Okeke was one of them. He was on his way to Onitsha and has been standing at this spot for about 2 hours, hopeful that a ride, referred to as Sole in local parlance, will come his way.
You can go to park, they can charge you from here to Onitsha. It's 15,000. You understand me? But when you come down to this side area of the toll gate, say this side, then you can now have something like 5,000, 4,000.
Hitching a ride along the highway or other undesignated parks is not a new phenomenon, but rather a common practice that the scent of danger has done little to stop.
There's nothing now. Now God will protect us.
They can even come here, stop us here, see people stop, maybe no name for the motor, no, you enter. The only thing that you will have to commit everything to God. Say, this journey you are taking, for your faith, it will be well for you.
It was a different scenario at Ojota Park, where Ayodeji, headed for Ibadan, was sighted filling in his details in a passenger manifest ahead of the trip.
If we have government-owned vehicles, on the road that apply interstates, then it's going to be highly competitive for even the UTRW to beat down price, which is going to be affordable for all the masses.
I don't pray for any accident, but if there's any incident that come up, they can quickly call our family in order to know what they can do.
Whereas effort to speak to transport union officials on what can be done to discourage this practice failed, the sector commander of the FRS in Lagos says Nigerians must always be security and safety conscious when taking certain decisions.
You weigh it, the advantage of loading or being loaded at the park compared to you entering a vehicle that is not known. Is the amount that you are going to have worth the risk?
While statistics linking cases of missing persons to the practice of hitching a ride by the roadside is not readily available, it is hoped that the likes of Christian Okeke will see reasons to use designated parks when traveling.
Even the Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. Let's imbibe safety and think of it all the time. Now, history and mythology has several stories of the early man's adventure in search of food and the origin of yam. Here in Nigeria, from one community to another, there are stories on the societal value of this tuber crop, considered as the king of crops in some African cultures. It is also a determinant of success and wealth in some farming communities. Newsline correspondent Lukman Mohammed visited Ibaji, where a rare species of yam known as Onyoku yam is cultivated.
This is Ibaji in Kogi State. The natives from this community have for centuries been great farmers, with crops like yam predominant in farm output in this area. The Onyoku yam is peculiar to the people of Ibaji. People from every part of Nigeria come to the community to purchase Onyoku yam due to its large size.
It can be to the extent that when you stand can be measure, when you measure it very, very big, so straight, and also inside it so white in color.
Onyoku yam is a very good yam. It's very strong. It's good in pounding, even when you boil it, as in for eating it's good. And it has very big size.
Come from all the way from Ebonyi to buy yam because their yam fine and their yam strong. If customer chop, go come back, come request for the yam.
You talk of Onyoku because of the rapid growth, and that means the size will also be bigger than the ordinary yam cultivated on an ordinary ground.
However, the absence of good motorable road has made the movement of the people and farm produce very hectic and sometimes nearly impossible, especially in the rainy season. At the start of every harvest season, the River Niger overflows its banks, flooding farmlands and houses across Ibaji local government area in Kogi State. Thereby, crops are either submerged, where they have to begin premature harvesting. They, however, appeal to both federal and state governments to put in place the necessary infrastructural facilities.
Interesting. It is a difficult feat to bid farewell to loved ones, irrespective of age. This scenario came to play as the remains of Pa Christopher Olalekun Makinde, a seasoned administrator and financial expert, was interred in Ibadan, his country home. Grace Ayoleke reports that the family was joined by friends, including the NTA family from across the country and beyond, for this celebration of life.
With every sense of submission to God and appreciation for a life well spent, family and friends, especially the NTA family, converged on Ibadan to pay their last respect to an astute administrator and financial expert, Christopher Olalekan Makinde. In the order of the Anglican Communion, colleagues of the deceased, Egbe Ayanfe Christie, gave him a befitting farewell. Earlier, there was a commendation service in honor of Pa Makinde. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, his remains were committed to Mother Earth. Emotion-laden, family, friends and associates eulogized the late patriarch.
Glory be to God that the Lord has greatly helped me to keep the oath I took with him, that I will stay with him when it is better and when it is worse.
Daddy would never ever say something and refuse to do it. He would always stay by his words and stand by his words. If you come to him in the next 5 years, he will tell you, yes, I did it and I don't regret it.
He took me in as his own. He loved me so much, very friendly.
Till the last day he breathed his last breath, the man didn't believe that something is impossible.
What I become today, it is through his help and the assistance of God.
He was an honest man, a forthright man, and he was a disciplinarian.
A real father that brought his children in the way of the Lord.
Born 7th December 1942, late Pa Christopher Olalekan Generade Makinde joined the Nigerian Television Authority in 1975. He rose through the ranks and retired in 1997 as Director of Finance. He also lived a life of service to God, serving in the capacity of Diocesan Deputy Communication and Public Relations Officer, until his death on August 16, 2021, at the age of 79. He was a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. He is survived by wife, children, grandchildren, and relatives, among who is ace broadcaster, NTA Sports, Abuja, Ayodeji Makinde.
May his dear soul rest in peace. This is where we end Newsline today. Keep a date with us Sunday next week. Good night and God bless Nigeria.